Hello, everyone, and welcome to our package weekly sync. Today is February 28th, last date of the month, and we have some announcements and some conversations and discussions over here. So apparently, all my topics. So I'm gonna start. The first one is just a reminder that our handbook is our single source of truth about all our processes and how we implement them and how we measure success. This is an invitation for everyone to update our team handbook and reflect accurately what we do and how we do it. Just as a context in here, this is coming from when leadership is asking about how things are going or how are we doing certain things, we should always point them to the handbook. And I'm going to be working on trying to make sure that everything is updated, but also a reminder for everyone to try to keep it updated. The second one is about the MRs types. A long time ago, I was asking everyone to make sure that we have our MRs with the correct labels for type feature, type bug, type maintenance, etc. So we have now a new dashboard that reflects how are we going on that one. And we can see that we still have some MRs and some issues that don't have the type labels. Majority are with container, but we also have some others in other areas. So just a reminder, please make sure that we always keep the type. This helps us a lot to analyze work. Example, when we are working on border requests, when we are working on planning for hiring and stuff like that, we want to make sure that we know where are we putting all our efforts. So reminder for everyone to put the MR type, the types. And if you are not getting the bot reminder, because we activated a bot, let me know and I can make sure that we activate it. And then we have a discussion that is, I noticed that we have this meeting. I didn't notice. I know that we have this meeting on EMEA and on APAC, but I noticed that sometimes topics are being left there. Like if the meeting was in APAC, EMEA, we don't follow up or vice versa. So mostly want to know how people is handling those meetings and how we can do it better, mixing this sync async that is, we have different time zones. So I can read the answers here. Steve is mentioning that his habit is if he thinks something during the week to put there, he come put it when he thinks of. Then the morning of the meeting, he tried to take some time to come and read any updates and comment before the meeting. He admits that after the meeting, or any meeting for that matter, rarely visit the agenda unless it's directly pinged. And Joao mentioned that it's similar. And he only revisits when he leaves questions or when he's interested in the answer for a question that he has for someone else. Sophia?
I tend to usually I'm having meetings later in my day, so sometimes it happens that they get to be async. I do actually check before to prepare, and if I want to add some questions, and afterwards in the morning, because then it would be during the nighttime. In the morning I would be able to go and review, but I think it's very effective when there is a ping in the doc, and then at least you get fast tracked and you have direct attention, and you don't have to wait for checking all your email or Slack.
So before going to Steve, my question will be, do you review the agenda even if it's for APAC, for example?
I do, actually. So any meeting in general that is not within my normal working hours, I tend to do that. If it's within working hours and there was a situation where I could not review, then yeah, it won't happen.
Before, for me to even to try and change something, I think the real question will be, do we see something that is not working? Because this is just my perspective. I've been seeing that conversations that they're letting there without movement, but probably it's working for everyone. And we don't need to change anything.
I think if it would be, I know that there is there's documentation certainly about this, because I remember Dan pointing it to me, how to handle meetings asynchronously, and he was the one actually saying like to check before and check after. But what happens, for example, in the quality department is that the conversation that needs to be addressed by a group of folks would then be in the department Slack channel, and it would be continued there, just so it doesn't die on the agenda.
Steve was mentioning that what we can do is put an expectation about checking the meeting before and after. So I'm assuming that's the link that you're mentioning that we already have on the handbook. We just need to put it in there and probably update our handbook for package to link to that, like, hey, review the agendas before and after. And the other thing that we can add is like the pings. For example, I saw that Steve and Joe are mentioning the pings, so we can add that to our process. Like, we want to just make sure, like, we need people to be aware of something, ping them directly on the doc. What do you think?
Pings are great.
So yeah, like that's the reason that I was asking, like, if there is something really that we need to change or not. Okay.
Yeah, I have, if it's in my email, if it's in my Slack, I have a lot easier time remembering to do stuff than Google Docs. So the ping gets it in my email, which puts it in my workflow.
But Michelle, is there a concern that we are not addressing discussions, and there are a few discussions that should be continued, that we should probably revise? Or
No, I was just noticing that some topics are just left in there, and I was just curious if people read it or not. I don't have any concern right now, and I don't see things falling that we are missing. I just wanting to see if people see it the same way as me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just update the handbook, just to make sure that we have that for people to reminder that is the process that we have for async. And that's it. Do we have anything else for today? Very good. Good start of the week, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.